Do you talk about it, like how good you are at business too? Like that's probably inspirational to guys who are coming up, and a lot of fighters don't have that business sense.
Yeah, I see a lot of mistakes when people run schools or they try to do the business of martial arts, how they do it. They make a huge mistake.
What's a mistake somebody will make when they run a school?
One of the biggest light bulbs, the sparkle in my head was when I went to grab a pizza on the corner of my academy, and I see this huge guy. He was a fireman. He was med student in Long Island.
Okay.
He was like 280, lean, huge, like 6'5", 6'4", and his son was 11. He introduced me his son, and his son was almost my height. I remember this. He's 11. He was almost my height. I go, what a freak of a man, what an athlete. And he goes, oh, Renzo, I'm a big fan. I go, oh, you watch the fights? He goes, no, I actually train. I train in Long Island with Matt Serra. I go, really? I said, man, great school. You were lucky. I say, how's the training? And then he goes, oh, man, on the beginning it was tough. I was very insecure. I didn't feel good. But now it's getting better. You're talking to a guy who's 6'5", 280 of muscles, not fat. Yeah. You know, huge, who goes into a building on fire to save a cat. If it's me, I'll be outside. Come. I'm not going in there. Saying that was uncomfortable the first time he came to the academy. He wasn't feeling good at the beginning because people come beat him up. He doesn't know. You go into the unknown. And one of the most important things that we have is we have to teach even the insecure people to build confidence on them, to show. So that day I say, if this guy is uncomfortable, imagine an average guy from the office, a guy who's don't have physical abilities. So immediately I change all my structure for the white belts, how they train, how to teach, how I make them. I know for you to create a habit, for you to create a habit of doing something, it takes you an average of above 32 days. You know, so I prolongate that. I actually made it 3 months. I made 3 months of keeping the guy there. I'll put his name on the collar of the gi, so I'll call him by the name, so he felt good and comfortable to be there. That I learned from the book that I read about Starbucks Cafe, how it was done. That's why they put your name on the glass. When you ask what's your name, sir, and they put it, so they call you by name. So I made it in a way that the instructors would have to call the student at least 3 times by his name. So he felt like he was home.
So he felt like he was around people who knew him.
Yes. Smart. So he changed everything. So the academy grew from 150 students in 4 months to 450 in 4 months. And then from there on, we start improving and making better. The new school, the one that we opened at Upper West Side. Yeah. Matt went there to teach a class. Luca loved it when you call him. I'm coming over to teach a class. So he went to teach a class, one of the openings.
Where is it on the Upper West Side?
It's on 72nd Street in Columbus.
Oh.
You know? So that school, in 10 months, we reached 500 students. This is unheard of. You won't see this. You know, every school, their goal, every school aims to have up to 300 students. That's their goal. They believe if they can make 300, they exceed everything. You know, we did 500 students in 10 months. We have classes 7 days a week. On my main headquarters, I have 18 classes a day. We open at 7, we go until 9. It's impossible to get there and don't see at least 50, 60 people.
And how about, and you do private lessons? Not you, but like they
yes,
do them
they
there.
do it. And I was able to do something very unique because like most of the people, you work teaching privates in an academy, they take half from you. They take 70% of the income from you, right? The average hour is $200. So you leave at least $100 for the academy. That's what they do. What I did, I don't take a dime from them. I want every single one of them to do well and to make... I see them as my relatives. So I don't take a dime from them. I let them have a very good income so they have a good life. I see all the time. I go on the Instagram. I go check. These guys are in Europe, are traveling more than I do and doing things, you know. And at the same time, they are fulfilling. I don't remember the last time that I called someone attention at my academy. All the instructors work like the place is his, you know. So it's very unique. It's a very unique... business setting that is doing very well. I'm now looking to open one. I'm just negotiating. On Friday, I have a meeting to close maybe a lease, one in downtown too. So now we have Brooklyn, downtown, and uptown.
Plus,
West.
a guy who's training, if a guy's doing privates at your school and he's making money, the student that he's teaching there, when he takes classes, is probably going to take him at the school anyway. He's probably going to stay there and take his classes.
No, you have in New York, you have a very unique thing. You have guys that only train private. It's a very wealthy people, and they only want a private. They go in, they have the time, they finish, they're out, you know. It's a very unique market. This new school in downtown, I may have a private class because the place is 10,000 square feet, no columns. I may be able to put a couple rooms just for private.
Yeah, it also seems like privates are good for time. Like if you only have a couple hours of time and there's no class.
Yes.
But I would have guessed it would be good to do both.
The average, for you to have an idea, my school is doing so well, the average working hour from one of my instructors for the academy is an hour and a half a day. So he works an hour and a half, gets a salary, you know, and then makes a lot of money through privates and seminars and traveling to teach, you know.
Jimmy, I only have 2 schools in Long Island, you know, a couple affiliates, but 2 schools. And listen, I'm no fucking scholar, I'll tell you right now.
I don't agree with that.
Jimmy, Master Renzo took me under his wing. The number one thing that I try to instill in my students and at my schools, and this is the rule, is atmosphere is as important as anything that you're teaching there. At whatever product it is, whatever, atmosphere is like the number one thing. Just like Renzo said, the big guy that was at my school, everybody's coming in, hey man, or they know Master Renzo's fights, they know my fights. What am I walking into? I want to learn this stuff, but you know, these guys fight in a cage, you know, so everybody's a little, you know, up in arms, a little bit.
It's true. Very insecure.
Apprehensive.
If you make the environment friendly to them, it's impossible that I never teach them making jokes, making people laugh, you know? It's always,
It has to be fun.
You know what's
always
scary
fun.
about it? It's not even the idea of getting hurt. It's the idea of being embarrassed.
Yes.
It's the idea of being like humiliated. It's not necessarily about the physical pain.
Yeah.
It's the humiliation.
It's the humiliation. It's to be dominated. It's to be in an environment that you don't know nothing about. It's completely unknown to you.
Yeah, and to try and be terrible at it.
Yes.
Because I'm such a judgmental prick. Most people are not judgmental like that. Like, I'll watch people dance. And ugh. It's like, so I can't dance because I think people are laughing at me watching me dance.
You don't know. You might be able to dance.
No, I'm terrible.
Well, should we play some music?
I would love that.
No.